Hi everyone, this is Aaron with Crypto Trends, and today we're just taking a look at some stuff, and I'm checking out uh, the chat, and I don't think anyone's watching just right this second, but nonetheless, this is the first test live, and what I'm doing is just going over some coins and the coin market cap. Right now, the market cap's at 277 with a Bitcoin dominance of 45.2%. And for the most part, the market cap, well, there's a whole bunch of red, right? So right now, what we're doing is we are checking out some coins. I mean, it's like a shopping day, right? So we're checking out some coins. Let me check out the live chat, see what's going on there. Yeah, okay. I don't have anyone watching me just yet, but that's okay. Um, if you're there and if you can hear me, in the chat, go ahead and say, hey, that's great. Okay, so I have a question. Do we? Okay, do you think we've hit the bottom yet? All right. Do I think we've hit the bottom? Um, it's going to go up and down. And if you've looked at a couple of my videos, um, I don't think so yet. I think we still have some ways to go. A lot of people are checking out for the G20 thing. There's a lot of, I think there's money on the sidelines waiting for G20 to see what comes from that. That's like today, tomorrow. We'll just see. The bottom, I actually think it's going to go down, and I'm looking here to try to bring up a picture here to show you guys. Oh, come on, computer. Yeah, I know this is real exciting, isn't it? Here. Okay, so here's a chart of that I drew on the 3rd, on March 3rd. And keep in mind, this really isn't prices. It has to deal with market sentiment of the basically of like the sensation and of the people that I was picking up on, on the internet and YouTube and stuff, of where they were basically thinking that the market was going. And so when sentiment feels that way, the prices tend to follow. And so I drew this little curve here and was looking for a little bit step up, but it hasn't gone up all the way yet like that. That's been kind of skipped, so I'm still thinking we're down in this area here. But then in April, I'm looking, yeah, and a lot of people are looking for this thing to go down to, I don't know, for Bitcoin. A lot of people are saying 6,000 or lower, whatever. Who knows, right? Who knows where it's going? This is just a screenshot of the energy that I was picking up on for the general overall consensus of where people think it's going. And so right now there's a lot of money on the sideline. Let me get out of there and kill that. Kill that. So the thing is, where do I think it's going? Well, let's go over and take a look at Binance, shall we? Let's go take a look at Binance. And we'll bring up good old Bitcoin here. And let's just go to the 1 day. Okay, click on that, zoom out. I like the advanced because it's dark. And it's on the lines, go to the 1 day. Okay, so if you look at this compared to my graph that I drew, it went up and then down. I thought it was going to go up a bit. But, hey, things go up, things go down, right? Who really knows? But right now it's going down. And we'll zoom in here. Let's go take a look at the, I like the 4-hour candles. And it's going down, 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 down. Little bit of consolidation here, still going down. And, I'm just pretty much sitting on the sidelines right now. It's, it's ticking up. It's ticking up a bit like it was the absolute bottom. Do I think it's going to be the absolute bottom? Sundays are usually a slow day. Sundays are usually a slow day. And so I'm just kind of waiting to see. I mean, where do you think it's going? I know a lot of people think it's going to go way down, way down. That this trend is just going to continue. I'm thinking there might be some consolidation here going on, and we'll just see. It's at 74. It's at 74, but it jumped up from 73. So I'm thinking, well, let's go ahead and scroll out a bit here. That's on the 1 hour. Let's go back to the day. So if we take a look at the chart here, and I'll move my cursor over, this is basically the support line right here that we're bouncing off of. And if it goes down further than the next one, we're looking at about here. And this is kind of like where I'm thinking it's going for the short term. It really depends on G20 and some other things right now. But I think there's starting to get money coming in. Money's going to start coming in pretty soon. If that doesn't happen, then I'm looking at support level here or even down in this range. So we'll see, and that's just me. But if we look at this and we call this whole thing a one, using a like Elliott waves. You can do Elliott waves, so like it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that type of thing. You can also do it in reverse. So if we like start here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, it'd be here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it starts again 1, 2, 3, 4. But that one is an up, so that's kind of like voided out. This could be just one big old down, like ABC, XYZ, whatever you call it. But if we look at this trend going down here, that doesn't look pretty. And then plus people are talking about the death cross, about with the 50-day moving average being crossed over. And yeah, right now things aren't looking too good, are they? Let's go to the 15 minutes, see what's going on here. Okay, so there's some brightness there. So things are popping up. Overall, keep in mind that I'm in this market for the long term. I am in this market for the long term. That means a couple of years. Let's see if I can, if there's any other more questions here. So good to see you live. Hey, thanks guys. This is the very first time. So go ahead and ask questions and stuff. It's great. Okay, so I scale between 7250 and 6900, but if we wake 7530, I'll enter with a market order. So you're buying if we go above 7530. Okay, 69. Yeah, I mean, right now, as far as Bitcoin goes, I'm waiting to see how it goes because I think it has a possibility of dumping further, of dumping a lot further, like $4,000, $2,000 range. It just really depends. We'll see how it goes. And, this is not financial advice at all. We look at Bitcoin, what's going on. I mean, it's at 125. Also, the Bitcoin dominance is at 45%. So the overall trend of the market, of what I think is going on right now, is that the governments are trying to get their arms around the whole situation. They're trying to figure out ways how to, one, classify Bitcoin and these cryptocurrencies. Are they security? Are they a commodity? Are they, currency, etc., that type of thing. Also, if you take a look at Ethereum, there's something, Ethereum is just getting bashed. And if you've noticed the news of the past week or so about the SEC coming down on ICOs, that things aren't looking so hot for Ethereum. And we can definitely see the price, the percentage gap between Bitcoin and Ethereum has grown, and I expect that to increase even more. But right now, what I'm thinking that we're seeing is that we're seeing the start of the what do you call them? anonymous coins like Monero. I think we're starting to see them getting hit and slowly, and I think they're going to have a slow death and eventually be outlawed. That's one thing I think also, that we're seeing a bunch of the weaker coins that are just garbage coins that really have no backing whatsoever. Um, that's the garbage that's settling down to the bottom. And so right now is an excellent time to pick up things quality, that are quality coins. And so, oh, okay. Going back to another, so 75.30, is that, what do I think about that? Well, right now it's going up. So 75 right around here. It just depends on what you want to do. What I normally do, and this is just me, I purchase when things take a drop. That's me. It's like here I get in the red. Like if it's going up right now, I normally wouldn't get in, but then you could say, okay, well, the red right here is equivalent to about this area here. And I dollar cost average on the way down on the dips is when I get in. Some people do it just the reverse. When they see a uptick, they get in, and it goes up and they get in, etc. I do that on the way down, and that's just my preference. I really don't have let's put it this way, emotional attachment to anything in here. Although I do love VeChain, yes. So, but anyway, 75. Basically, I'll tell you this. I like Bitcoin at any price below 10,000. So let's put it that way. I am super duper uber bullish on Bitcoin and basically the overall market, except for the trash coins, which a majority of them are out there. But for the quality coins, I am super duper uber excited. And these are exciting days. Anyway, let's go back to the chat. So yeah, do what you want. Follow your instincts. Follow your gut. That's my one main thing. Follow your instincts. Follow your gut, not the emotions. Follow your head. That's the whole trick of the game. Not to get carried away with a lot of stuff out there. Also, don't listen to anything that the bankers say. Follow what they do. Follow what they do. So Bitcoin, Circle. Don't forget about Circle. Don't forget Poloniex that was purchased. What are these guys doing? They're setting up to have their own exchange. So what do you think's happening from that? Anyway, moving on. Yeah, I am a fan of VeChain. VeChain fundamentally. How do I see 320 lockup date impacting price? Well, let's go take a look at VeChain, shall we? Because VeChain is a quality coin. And the reason that I'm doing ETH instead of BTC is because I buy the altcoins with ETH, because every time I go and buy Bitcoin to go buy ETH, I can't part with it. So it doesn't work so well on my end. I have to buy it with ETH, and yeah, I'll sell ETH like crazy. Bitcoin is like, the only thing I buy ETH with, Bitcoin with would be Venn. Anyway, let's take a look at Venn. So right now, these are the 15-minute candles. Let's go ahead and go out to the 4-hour. And, Venn is just one of those great, fantastic projects that has a fantastic year for it. And take a look at it. It's gone up and down and up. And so we have the 20th coming up for their X nodes. If you're real close to getting an X node, this, it's a pretty good price right now. What is it going at? It's where's the price on here? Where's the price? Here it is, 321. It's like, come on. Not so long ago it was $5, $6, $9. 321 for Venn, I think, is a pretty good price. And yeah, okay, it was lower here. So what? It's below $5. My gosh, bargain basement price. So yeah, I really do like that. I was expecting an increase in price that we can see here. This is, I think, mainly due to the X nodes coming out. And yeah, so we're seeing it. Will it go up some more? today, I don't know. I think things are going to be going up and down a bit. But if you're close to an X node, my gosh, what is the future for X nodes? That's all I can say. Oh, I got a Twitter. Oh, got another Twitter. Charlie Lee. What is Charlie Lee saying? Come on, phone. What is Charlie Lee saying here real quick? If the U.S. government owned every single Bitcoin and each Bitcoin was worth $1 million, it still wouldn't be enough to pay off the U.S. Who cares? Okay. So back to the chat. Okay. Okay, how do I see the March lockup date impacting price? Yeah, I'm seeing it going up, and then after that hits, probably look at some type after March 20th, probably look for some type of stabilization and just the ratcheting increases that we've seen for VEN. Like this here. Just consolidation, ratchet up, consolidation, ratchet up. And that's what I'm basically thinking that's going to happen. And then let's say all of a sudden this time frame right here is end of May, beginning of June. Then I'm looking for VEN to just steadily increase. I mean, partnerships out the wazoo. There's too many to actually mention. Every time it gets a partnership, it seems a dump. So, it could get the U.S. Treasury as a partner, and it dumped it like 10 cents. So anyway, but VEN, I have a very, very bullish outlook on VEN, on VeChain Thor. And if you haven't checked it out, check out my previous videos. Check out VEN. They're very, very solid. It's one of the few quality coins out there that is non-Ethereum based. And that is really, really important. So let's move on to some other questions that we have going on. Yes, with tight stops. Yeah, tight stops. Okay, 75.20. If we hit 75.20, possible run to 8. Yeah, I think so. It's from that graph I showed you before where we had that uptick going. I think that, yeah, we could go up to 8K, possibly 9. It just really depends. Okay, Zcash is holding quite well. Really? I haven't looked at Zcash here for a while. Let's see if I can... is that it? Let's go to... let's go back here. Zcash. Zcash even... I haven't even looked at that. I think that's Zcash. It's holding quite well. Really? Let's go look at the 1 hour. Okay, here's something interesting. This downward trend where it's kind of like doing these little ups and downs, that's the it's the coiling effect. So that I really, really like that pattern. And I like that a lot better than this one, let's say here. You see the longer, actually the steeper decline here, as opposed to this longer. To me, this is building up steam, building up steam. So right now, Zcash is looking kind of tasty to me right now. And it's going up. So that might be pretty darn close to the bottom here. And then plus there's a nice big green spike. Interest. And then notice that the... always got to take a look at the volume, guys. Notice we have... the volume here is larger than before, and that's in green. And yeah, it just turned red. Wouldn't you know? Let's go look at the 15-minute. See what it's doing here. Oh, come on, thing. Yeah, so it looks like... yeah, it looks like it might be going some flat here or slightly up because it's pretty far down. Yeah, I could see Zcash doing something. Let's see what else we have going on here. I'm mainly looking for the bounce. I'm spending a lot of time with TA. With technical analysis. Okay. One thing about TA is it depends on the user. It's a tool. It depends on the user, because one thing it definitely shows you is where you've been, but it doesn't show you where you're going. And that you gotta really have your experience, your intuition, your gut instincts, the news that you've heard of, you know, what type of impact is going to come of it. Do you think there's going to be news that's going to affect the future? There's a lot more things that go into it than just looking at the trend charts. Because if it was purely just the charts, then everybody would know the answer. And so what happened? This is all my opinion, okay? TA is great, but it's great for an individual. And if you can use it for a tool where you've seen results, then you're ahead of the game. And that's all I can say. But it's not for everyone, because people make wrong moves all the time. But if you've figured it out and it's a tool for you, great. Use it. Use all the tools that you have available. But yeah, TA. Also, another thing, as the market matures and we're starting to get more investors in instead of the Tron kiddies, a lot of those investors are going to start, they look at TA. They look at TA. And so what happens is that TA, the technical analysis and stuff, and the stops and the, looking at the volume and looking at the waves, Elliott waves and stuff like that, more people will know that and actually be using that as part of their arsenal. And so what happens is that we can see TA having, in the future, this is a trend, more and more of an effect on this market, because more people will be using it, and hence it will basically become into a self-fulfilling prophecy, if that makes sense. So if you don't know TA, check it out. I mean, why not? It's a tool that you can use. Use everything to your advantage in this market. So let's see what else we have going on in the chat. Oh, yeah. Hey, guys. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. Yes, this is my first Go Live chat. So, hey, having fun with it. Got the good old coffee here. Gotta have coffee. So let's see what we have. Market started picking up since you went live. Amazing. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, I sensed I was outside playing with the cats and stuff like that. And then this is like woo-woo stuff, okay? It's like all of a sudden I sensed a thing of like a downward pressure. It's like pressure from weather, okay? All of a sudden I like kind of turned to high pressure. And so I thought, oh, I should go check out the market and see what's going on and set this live thing up. And here it is going up. And so it's like exciting times. I'm thinking, oh, man, it's a good time to start looking at the coins. The one thing is, like, when it dips real low and then things like start to bounce, look for the coins that are bouncing up. The lower coins, they're not going to bounce up a lot unless they've had a really, really bad day. It's like there's ADA. That one's bouncing up. See what we have. Any percent changes going on. IOTA. I don't like IOTA at any price. That one bounced up. And so we got to look for spikes and stuff. But yeah, it's interesting that when I came on live, that the market started picking up. Coincidence. Amazing. Let's see what's going on here. China and Korea, Asia in general, have been leaders in blockchain space. Absolutely. And it's looking like it's going to be that way for a little bit. Any idea on where you think China is going? ICX. Let's go take a look at ICX. Come on, thing. ICX. There it is. It's on the 15-minute. Okay, looks like everything is having a nice bounce. There's that coiling. Love that coiling. Also, this is interesting too. Here's another thing I love. Let me go to the advanced thing here. ICX, okay. I love coiling. So one of the things I look for, also I love parabolic downturns. It looks like a J, kind of that's upside down and backwards. So like this would be like the curve of the J and it goes zoom. I love to see that. Here's an example here. Boom. And then what happens? You get a nice little rise. Love to see that. So let's go to the 15-minute here. This is on Icon, ICX. Look at that nice parabolic. Oh my gosh. That's when people panic, right? And you wait for that thing just to dump and then you get in, right? Anyway, looks like it's going here. Yeah, I mean, Icon, here's the thing with China in general. What do we have with going on with China? We have VeChain. VeChain is basically going to be one of the top coins. I'm seeing as being second only to Bitcoin in the future. Then you have, and it's on its own platform, okay? It's on its own platform. You have Neo. Neo is, I don't like it at its price right now, but I do like it. I like it a lot better now than I did last week at its price, that's for sure. But you have Neo, which is going to be centralized, and don't knock Neo for being centralized. It's going to be centralized, and it's important that it is because the government of China wants the control, and the more centralized it is, the more China has control over it, the better. Now, inside of China, it's going to be decentralized, and that's to give it stability. So I like Neo. Plus, you have the a very, very important coin that came out on the Neo platform, which is the Key, and that's TKY. And if you don't know about the Key, I highly suggest you take a hard look at it. And that is on KuCoin. Oops, what is ZOM? I need to learn how to type here. Take a look at KuCoin. Go to markets. Go to ETH, because I have psychological issues when it comes to buying things with Bitcoin. I just can't seem to part with it. Anyway, let's look for TKY. TKY. Down 3%. Awesome. Okay. Boom, boom. So I do have some of this coin, just to let you guys know. And it took a dump. But it's up. I mean, these are bargain basement prices. I think, I can't say, hey, buy in, whatever. But these are bargain basement prices. I mean, it's what? That price right there, under a penny. 210 sats. Come on. Well, I guess it's more than that. It's 2,200 sats. But this is a real huge, I think it's going to be enormous. And if you look at this price to where it can go, this one, I think you can actually get the most X return on. And keep in mind, I'm doing long-term holding. I'm not buying this coin for July and dumping it. I'm buying this coin for 2019. That's the time frame that I'm looking at. Main reason for that is one, it's shown that you get much higher returns with long-term holding than you do with day trading. And yeah, you can make some bank day trading, that's for sure. But for the most part, If I'm day trading, then I have to worry about filling out the taxes and tracking it and this and that, and it's just a total pain. Plus, I'm looking at double the tax rate on capital gains, which is a real bummer. So if I hold it for a year or more, I'm cutting that tax rate by over half, which is, to me, that's wise. And so I don't have a problem with buying quality coins and holding on to them. And if you've been in the stock market at all, you might hang on to Microsoft stock for 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years. Yeah, so we'll see. But anyway, China in general, yeah, huge things. They are looking at uh, basically the key is part of it for their social structure. That's definitely going to be a part of it. You're looking at their cities they're getting online. Um, the thing is with crypto is that it allows traceability of individuals, and China likes to track people, and so China is just huge. China is huge, and then when they get their exchange going with the KYC, where I think the key is going to be part of it, and then I had this idea that VeChain and BitOcean are going to build the exchange for China if they're not in process already. We'll see what happens with that. But I think crypto in general for China is going to be absolutely huge. Right now, they're just trying to consolidate everything to get their hands around it for taxation and control. Because for them, it's a national security issue and social issue. Because don't think that they've forgotten about Tiananmen Square. Okay, they have not forgotten about Tiananmen Square. Okay, missed a piece. Okay. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You learn by burning yourself. Yeah, that's true. I missed the piece on EOS by John Oliver. EOS seems like a viable platform. Any thoughts on EOS? EOS. I'd like to see more out of EOS, frankly. Um, I'd like to see more out of them. Let's go take a look at EOS, see where they're sitting at right now. And that's from a fundamental point of view. What have we seen from EOS? Not a whole bunch. As far as the tech goes, the tech is interesting. Okay, I'm still looking at the tech. It is interesting. I like it a lot better than Ethereum. Let's put it that way. I like it much better than Ethereum. I used to love Ethereum, absolutely love Ethereum. But I think the days of Ethereum are numbered. I think Ethereum is going to dump big time. Way, 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 way more than Bitcoin and a lot of the ERC20 tokens with them. And some of the good ones that have good use cases and good solid companies behind them will survive, but a majority of them are just going to go down. And when I say good companies, think of companies that will be able to register with the SEC and actually be traded or tradable on the stock exchange. How many companies are like that? Well, you have Venn that can do it. You have Ripple. You have XLM. You have the Keys China. Don't worry about that. Plus, they're on Neo. What else is out there that's solid that has a real company behind it? Vibe. Vibe is one that could do it. Don't forget about Vibe. But EOS, I like EOS far, far, far better than I do Ethereum. And we're taking a look at the chart and look at that nice cup and handle. It's had a lot of activity, some height. We're looking at, double top here. It's going to go down. Where's its support? Maybe down in this area. I don't know. It could go up here, right? But overall, for the long-term haul, I myself would rather go into EOS than Ethereum. But I'm waiting on the sidelines right now to see. And that's just me. If you like EOS, hey, get it. If you don't, hey, sell it. Yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys. But EOS is an interesting thing, and it has some interesting tech that could go a long way. I gave up on IOTA as well. Yeah, me too. I was all bullish on IOTA and I was all happy and stuff. And I was looking at, I saw Microsoft on there. I'm like, oh, I'm Microsoft guy. I'm a programmer, right? So it's like, oh yeah, I gotta get this thing. Lo and behold, oh well, Microsoft. Well, we're just going to use their Azure platform. They're nothing more than a client of Microsoft. It's like, oh come on, these guys have some stuff going on. The tech might be okay, but man, the management, the that's when I sold the news. It's one of the very few coins that I've actually sold. I've sold IOTA and I've sold ADA, both of them, and that was way back in the day. Um, yeah, but IOTA, best of luck to him. Best of luck to him. Let me kill this. Best of luck to him. The key is scary. The key is very scary. The key could be. It has scary things as far as it goes. If you think like the Big Brother New World Order thing, absolutely. Plus, there's things that I'm starting to see where they want to have some type of social scoring in the United States as well, and it's gosh, what was it? It was a YouTube video I saw where they're talking. This lady was talking about. Having some type of score and is against white males and all this racist BS stuff and that in the US there's some racist stuff going on, okay, and that's been something we need to like just drop. We're done with that for the most part, but the news keeps on bringing it up and bringing it up and bringing it up, and it's like, come on guys, don't you have anything better to say? But the point is that I'm starting to see some soft sell stuff to where, okay, if you're not with the program, that you should get a score, and it's for the benefit of the people, etc. And that's what China's going through right now. But the key is extremely scary. That's for sure. It's also scary on how much this thing can go up. If you imagine even 1% of the population being forced, notice I say forced, to use the key, it could be absolutely huge. And that's what I'm thinking. Because China can force people to use things. Okay, yeah, because of, yeah, government abuse, absolutely. Absolutely. That is one of the uses for blockchain. Everything is trackable, it's traceable. And that's one of the things, and it cannot be erased. So you're like kind of done, and that's one of the evils of this thing. But take it from a capitalist point of view. That's how I'm looking at it. So yeah, I mean the key can be evil, but capitalist wise, hey, it could be an angel. So yeah, we'll see. That's a whole big debate. That's for sure. New World Order, control, blah 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 blah. That's also one of the reasons why I think, or why I don't invest in any type of lending platforms out there. Um, Salt is like one. I don't do anything like Salt. BitConnect. Don't do BitConnect or anything like that. That's a joke. Um, yeah, yeah, too much out there. And then the privacy coins. I don't do any of the privacy coins because I think they're just going to be outlawed and going away. And I think there was actually a piece of news today on trying to get anonymous coins off, not to be traded, to take them off of markets. I don't know if it's here I saw it or someplace else. I can't remember, but I did see an article to where they want to start getting the anonymous coins off of exchanges. And you can think of it like this. Okay, you have Monero, you have a ton of Monero. Okay, great. You can trade it amongst other people, okay, fine. But then if you can never cash that out into fiat, what are you going to do? Until the market goes straight, until it considers cryptocurrency an actual currency, that would be different. But for right now, it's fiat. So if you can't cash it out into fiat, um, you're done for. I mean, it actually becomes worthless at that point. Literally monopoly money. So I'm not going into any type of security coin whatsoever. Okay, Sunny Lou seemed to imply the value. I'm checking out a chat here. Sunny Lou seemed okay. Implied value of cryptos should be based upon use cases. The partnership with Oxford is supposed to also help develop a mechanism to determine values of projects. Thoughts on that? Use cases. This is one of the things why I am super duper bullish on VeChain, and that is because I think that they are approaching the whole thing, in my opinion, the right way. They look for filling the need of a company. Let's say a company actually has a need to get something done, and if it will be better with a blockchain product, then VeChain will tell them, yeah, blockchain. If it can't, they'll just say use a database. You don't need to go through all this hassle. But instead of just coming up with products and throwing them out there, they're talking to customers, they're talking to their clients, and their clients are saying, hey, we need this or we need that or we need whatever. And so VeChain goes in there and they say, okay, let's go ahead and let's make a little program, let's make a dApp that's specialized for your use case. And they go ahead and do it that way. Instead of just throwing stuff against the wall and see if it sticks. And for me, that when you have limited resources, and resources being the talent to actually make the programs and stuff, to me that is one way to. It's a good allocation of assets. It's a good allocation of the talent and putting it to where you can get more bang for your buck. And so VeChain going that way is very, very wise. And as far as a partnership with Oxford, with the mathematics department, and Oxford is like the top in math. Okay, it's it. As far as to determine the value of projects, project valuation is iffy. It's like when I went to school for finance, and we had to value a company, and we'd look at its receivables, 30, 60, 90 day receivables, etc. We'd value its assets, like, okay, how many cars did it have in its fleet? How many outstanding notes did it have that were coming due, that people owed them the receivables? So we'd take all of its assets and come up with one big chunk, and then we'd say, okay, let's look at their debt, and we'd price that out, and we'd come up with a difference, say, okay, this company is worth, 10 grand, whatever, 100 million. Okay, fine. And then on top of that, you had things that you could not truly value that they call goodwill. And that is the market sentiment. Okay, well, let's look at Apple. If you take a look at Apple, its products, its products are overvalued because of the hype. But people like them. So, how do you value it? You value it based at the price that it's currently trading on the market. That is its real value. That's how I see it. It's supply and demand for the most part. So to come up with a mechanism to determine value of products and projects, it's very, very, very difficult. So I really don't see that as being feasible, because you could have It's been tried. You can have a company where it should be trading at $45, and because of the goodwill, it's trading at $300. Or it could be trading at 20. It just depends on what the market will bear and what it thinks. Also, keep in mind that fundamentals, and I'm talking for the stock market here, fundamentals have basically gone away for the most part. It's super high. It's super high. You can no longer rely on the fundamentals for actual breakup value of what a stock should be trading at. It used to be, yes, but those days are kind of over. So like that mechanism for valuing, um, good luck to them. If they can, that would be totally awesome. But I really just don't see anything uh, as it being viable, and that's because of the market. All this emotional stuff. Okay, going on to other chats. I said in an earlier video that Rust would help Venn gain more developers than Ether. Yeah, and that's just because of the underlying viability of Rust. It's actually designed for this type of thing. It's been around. If you don't know, that Rust is developed by uh, Firefox, Mozilla. It's developed by that. It's safe. It's concurrent. It's a really good platform. And it's well supported. It's been around for a while. It's been battle tested. Solidity, yeah, it has a lot of cool things, but it's a new programming language, and so when you look at that, you're looking at a lot more opportunities for bugs and so on to occur. Rust, you just have much fewer bugs that can occur, and that's just because of the way of the nature itself and how it's programmed. You go and compile it and say, can't do it. It does do that to an extent with Solidity. Yeah, but I like Rust for concurrent parallel things. And yeah, Ether, Ether, too prone to bugs, too prone to bugs. Okay, somebody says, okay, didn't I sell Tron? Yeah, I sold Tron. I got it at like I don't know, what, like 3 cents, and I wrote it up to like 3.5, 4 cents. I think I didn't put a whole boatload of money into it. That's for sure. But yeah, I sold Tron. But I like Tron around if it's half a penny. I might think about getting into Tron. I like it around that price. Let's go look at TRX. Zoom in. That's on the day. So to me, this is still a little bit high. I like it down at this support level. That's just me. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. Yeah, so, Tron's Tron. It goes up and down. One thing that's really cool about Tron, if you're a day trader, is the volatility, which is nice. Just think if you purchased here and zip, boom, went up there. And that's what I did just as a test on Tron. I got it like kind of low, and then I did a real short, I think I held on to it for like a day, day and a half. Then I dumped it. But it wasn't a whole lot of money, that's for sure. That's for sure. And it's at 3 cents, so hey, if you like Tron, best of luck to you. Keep in mind, I'm not emotionally attached to Tron. I'd just rather invest in things like Venn or Stellar. That's just me. Vibe, not familiar with Vibe. Let's go take a look at Vibe. Vibe is a very interesting project, and it's taking a dump right now, which is good news. Vibe is, what is Vibe? Vibe does three-dimensional mapping with cameras, and with that you can have, think of it like player characters, avatars. You can map body movements and stuff to 3D player characters. Let's call them like in a video game. And it's like on a green screen set. And so what you can do is you can actually have an actor inside, and they could just be wearing normal clothes, or you could actually say, okay, well, they might be having some type of, like, I don't know, like an orange dot on their head, and that's where the computer would track, okay, well, there's the orange dot, I'm tracking that orange dot, and so I'm going to put on like this helmet on this guy, okay? And he can like do his moves or whatever with like this helmet that's virtually created. And it's a green screen in the background, and there's cameras set up all around, so they can have basically a 360 degree type of thing. But this is it is a real world company, and it has really fantastic partners. Let's see if we can go find Vibe and bring up their go to Coin Market. There it is. We'll go bring up Vibe. And Vibe for me is like a 2019, 2020 type of hold, because we're waiting for the technology in the video games and so on and so forth to increase a bit for adoption, because it's virtual reality. And we'll go to their website here. Photorealistic holograms. There you go. And their partners are amazing. Amazing partners. Let's see if we can scroll down. Here. So what do we have? Monster Technology. Yeah, forget about them. PlayStation 4. Vive. Oculus. HoloLens. These are hardware partners. HoloLens is going to be cool. Way cool. Those are like the glasses and stuff. Totally cool. Gear VR. Daydream. Daydream's Google. Okay? And then also they had they did have, interesting, Unity. I wonder if they still have Unity on here. Unity might be doing its own thing. Unity would be a platform that you actually build these 3D worlds on, that you look at through the virtual reality. But check out Vibe, excuse me. Pretty interesting thing. They have some videos and stuff on what you can do, and keep in mind that the graphics here aren't like that hot, and that's because of a lot of it goes towards the artistic ability of the person, the graphic artist making the 3D models and stuff. And the lighting is really important. So it might not look the best or whatever, but in the future you could actually have a concert where you can scroll around and move around with your VR headset or the HoloLenses, which are going to be like glasses, a lot lighter and stuff, where you can move around and experience a concert live in 3D. Totally cool. This is a technology for the future. So you're looking 2020, 2021, that type of thing. But right now, so here, you're not buying this for for it to spike up. You're buying this for 2020, 2019. 2021, and that's because of the technology. But I like Vibe, and that's a killer. That's killer. When it first hit this market, it came out like at 230, 231, right around there on the chart. Let's see if we can scroll in here. See that huge dump? It got Binance. Boom. This was around the $2.33 mark, somewhere around there, and then it's just slow decline. But it's virtual reality, and it's technology for the future. So quite interesting stuff. Let's see. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? Let's see. Didn't I sell Tron? Yeah, I sold Tron. Dumped it. Yeah. Can't get a plane or train ticket in China. What do you mean by that? Can't get a plane or train ticket. Something I haven't heard. Okay, not trying to dominate, but QA, Ripple and Stellar. Yeah, Ripple and Stellar are brothers and sisters. You have Ripple, just pounding it with the banks, pounding it with the banks. And, that's going to be one of the top coins. Where's it going? That's one. If you could buy shares in, would you? I definitely would. I don't care that it's with the banks or not. I'm a capitalist. We need banks. Stellar, same thing. Stellar has interesting technology. It's hooked up with IBM and stuff. They have, you know what? They have a really good, solid platform to actually bring banking to the unbanked, which is quite interesting. And they are looking at third world countries, Africa, etc. And Stellar could just, I mean, I have said several times in my videos, I think it's going to be a stellar year. So let's go take a look at Stella XLM. 19 cents, guys. 19 cents. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. 19 cents. Let's look at its 4 hour. Yeah, so it's taking a dump. Boom. Nice. Look at that huge spike, though. Isn't that nice? I like Stellar for long term, that's for sure. That's me. But I don't have any problems with it being they're going to be hooked up with banks as well. That's how they're going to get the crypto to fiat transfer. Anchors, they call them. I don't have any problem with banks. Same as Ripple. Love them both. They're two of the coins that I think after the Ethereum coin shakeout that there'll be some of the ones that are left. That's for sure. Yeah, killer prices. How does circulating supply go into my analysis? Frankly, not a whole bunch. Um, the only time would be if it does go into my analysis, because let's take a look at something where they have a ton of coins. It's going to take a lot of money to move the price action up if the more coins they have. And we can take a look at Tron. There's been a huge push in Tron, but it only goes up half a cent. We don't have the huge influx of new buyers like we did when it spiked up to 28 cents. And that was a phenomenal run. Truly phenomenal. And that's what we can expect here in the future, not only with the big money coming in from Wall Street, and you think that's big, wait until the general population comes in. Everything's going to be Tron-like. So yeah, I'm looking for good days ahead. Circulating supply, but overall, if I'm holding something long term, I'm not looking for Lambos. Well, I'm looking for like Austin Martins or duplexes or fourplexes. Okay. But yeah, as far as circulating supply goes, the more coins you have, the more it takes to to make it move. Okay. And so if you're looking for quick movements, it just slows it down. It slows it down unless there's significant pressure like we've experienced in Tron. Big data meets Big Brother as China moves to raid its citizens. Yep, that's called the key. Yeah, social credit system in 2020. Yeah, the aim to judge trustworthiness of its citizens. Yeah, and also to deny social services. So if you want health care, you made a bad tweet. We don't like that. That lowered your social score, which lowered your overall score as a citizen, and hence you no longer qualify for health care. Um, oh, you want to buy some property? No, you don't qualify. Oh, you want to buy something else? Oh, no, you don't qualify. You're a model citizen. Oh, you have a very high score. Oh, you want to buy property? Yeah, okay, well, you can get a discount. That type of thing. So that's part of the scary thing. And China has some scary times ahead of it as far as the old Big Brother type of thing goes. Anyway, yeah, plays into the key. Yeah, and keep in mind the key has currently has government contracts. There was a real good AMA on the CEO of the Key, and she said, "Oh yeah, the government trusts us," and the government came to them to implement this type of security. And if you don't know what the Key is, it is basically the linking of existing government data to biometric data. So it's either fingerprints, retinal scans, facial recognition, etc. So it links your biometric data with the government database. So like your driver's license, that type of thing, government documents, that is currently being linked, and it's gone through, I think they call it the IDV. So that's linked, and now this the new thing that the Key's working on is taking that over to the blockchain, to where they're going to take the biometric stuff and link it to an online presence. And so that's also going to hit like a huge payment thing like WeChat. So if your score goes down, you want to go buy something on WeChat. Oh, sorry. So we'll see. Anyway, day's getting kind of long. Just take a quick look here at the market again, see what's going on. Anything interesting real quick. Go to change. DLT down. What do we have going on? Yeah, Vibe is that good? Yeah, that's about it. Oh, also a special note on this DGD. Keep in mind that Digix DAO, that is not the coin that you can actually buy the gold with. That is called DGX, and you have to go to their site to actually purchase it, and you have to buy 1,000 of them to actually get delivery of the bullion. And but it looks like people are buying this thing thinking that it's like gold, and it's not. But it's interesting because you could see the market fluctuations. When it goes down, people would dump into DGD or Tether, and I found that interesting. Anyway, it's just something to take a note of. Anyway, as you can tell, my voice is starting to go. I have to go create some other videos and stuff like that. Check out Vibe if you haven't. That's a long-term project, 2-3 years out, waiting for the technology to catch up, and they are part of it. But revolutionary, this is something that's going to be every day. 10-15 years, we're going to take VR as just common, okay? Be like cell phones. Okay, guys, let's go back, take a look. 285, so what the market cap is. Come on, thing. 287, okay. Well, looks like we have a candle of green here all of a sudden. Isn't that interesting? Well, best luck to you guys. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. I am checking out, and yeah, watch my video. I'm going to be doing some more videos and stuff like this, and perhaps some more live stream stuff. Have like daily updates and stuff. But this was a very first time for me. Anyway, guys, checking out. Have a great day. Bye.